Okay, 5 reasons why a lot of Herbalife distributors struggle in the business. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Jean here from Authentic Energy. So today's topic is a very special one, and it's something that I have a lot of personal experience with, and also, with coaching my own team and also being an Herbalife distributor for over 8 years. I have actually accumulated a lot of mistakes and experiences, and I just feel like it's very important to speak about our mistakes and the struggles, and really honestly having this conversation with everyone, especially those of you that are distributors already, or you're considering to become Herbalife distributors. I hope this video and this discussion can bring you some values. And of course, I believe that it will open up a whole conversation for us as well. Okay, whether if you are still skeptical about it, or you just want to get some real opinions about it, that's what I'm here for. Okay, so I know I've talked about a lot of the good things and the benefits of being a Herbalife distributor, like how you can have time freedom, space freedom, working from home, working from everywhere, right? Anyway, but also at the same time, it is a very unique business. Like Herbalife is a very unique business. It's a network marketing business, right? So in many senses that, a lot of people still don't understand it. And also for people that are already in it, they tend to find that, oh, it's not what I thought. It's not working out to be the way I wanted it to be. And that is why I want to present you guys the very 5 common reasons why a lot of distributors actually struggle to build a business, and then they realize it's not as easy as they think. And make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay till the end, because the last point and also my bonus points are really going to be like a big wake up call. If you're someone that's learning, trying to polish up your skill in this business, and you're trying to analyze and find out why and how you can improve your skill as a distributor, and the last few points will be really, really helpful for you. But of course, all the points are very important. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, the first reason why a lot of distributors struggle is because a lot of Herbalife distributors won't step out of their comfort zone, okay? And they won't even want to take risks. So here I put down the fear of rejection. So this one's a very, very big one, because it's very easy, especially if you never had a business before, if you never had any kind of sales and marketing experience before. It is very easy, as part of the human nature, to be scared of being rejected, right? And because we're in this business to really there's a big sales component in this business, right? So, you don't have to think strictly oh my God, this is so scary, but you just have to talk to people, right? You just have to show up on social media and speak to people about the opportunities, their health and wellness, the lifestyle. But of course, very often, some people don't agree with you, and they just don't believe in the product and services that you have. So they say no, okay, which is completely fine, because if you think about it, right, it is saying no and also being said no to is a natural part of all our human interactions, right? But I know that most people, or it's part of our human nature to want to be safe, want to be accepted, right, and want to get everyone's yeses. So it's very, very hard, I mean, for a lot of distributors to get over this hurdle of being okay with no, right? Like in our training, we often say that that's okay. Some will say yes, some will say no, so what next, right? And so we have to actually go through the process of actually speaking to different types of people, having different types of conversation, and through all the rejections and the no's, and then we will get one yes, right? And of course, some people might expect that everybody will say yes to you. That is not possible. Okay, that doesn't happen. There will be people that like you or like your product and services, and there will be people that don't like you. Okay, so that is okay, right? So this is a big part of stepping out of the comfort zone and take risks, right? But along with it, there are so many other things. As Herbalife distributors, we're business owners, right? We're the CEOs of our business, that we have to learn, that we have to different skills we have to pick up, and different types of discomfort we have to step into, different types of risk and unknown we have to step into in order to grow. Okay, and it is hard, I can tell you, it is hard for you to grow your business or any kind of business, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, if you just want to stay within, the zone that you're familiar with, right? You will build it very slowly, or maybe you will not see any progress. It is until you really take yourself up, take yourself up on the challenge where you can, basically say, hey, you know what? I can polish up on my people skill. I can really step out there and really scare the shit out of myself. Maybe I'll crap my pants, but I will do this presentation. I will go and speak to these people, or I will show up and live on TikTok or Instagram or something like that, right? That is when you actually step out of comfort zone and do something new that scares you, that surprises you. That is when your business skill actually naturally steps up, and that is when you as a person grows and you will achieve something different for yourself. Okay, so this is my first point, and I have to stress this as the first reason because out of all the team members I've trained, I've also noticed that this is a very common trait amongst a lot of like new distributors. Not everyone, right? And I can tell you this, based on my experience working with so many distributors, those that just take forever to get ready. They're like, I need another month or I need another couple weeks to get ready to say do my fit club, or to like maybe show my cousins or my family, or my friends and family this package or something I want to talk to them about, but I want to get ready. Okay, versus those that's just like don't think about it and like, you know what, I'll just do it. I might sound stupid, but I don't care, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, those that actually don't think and just take the actions, they have a far more success rate than those that just take forever to get ready. Okay. And actually, if you're watching this right now, you know who you are. If you're always telling yourself that, let me just watch another training video. Let me just do a little bit more research, like so that I can feel a bit better about my knowledge. Or, let me do a bit more, like go to another training, attend more seminars, then I'll feel more ready. Right? And you know that it's never ending. You'll always be attending seminars and trainings and tutorials one after another, but you'll find yourself still stuck at home, maybe behind your computers, or you may still have to rely on working with your upline for some time, which is okay. But this is the business where you do, the faster you get out of your comfort zone to go out there and take the actions, right? The faster you can actually see the progress. Okay, so I really have to emphasize this. Okay, if you're someone, if you're a distributor and you no longer want to struggle, you want to really build something serious in this business, it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. And I can guarantee you, 100% what is that first, this comfort zone you have to step into. It is the thing that you kind of like procrastinate the most. It is the thing that you have been delaying the most until today. You're still like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do it next week. Or it is that one thing, okay, maybe one or two things that maybe your upline has been telling you to do, or you're being advised to take action on that, but you haven't done it. That is your number one discomfort zone you got to step into. Okay, right? Let me know in the comment below, what is, your comfort zone. Are you still staying in the comfort zone right now? Or is there like a discomfort that you already know you can step into, the risk that you can take? Okay, now, reason number two why many Herbalife distributors struggle is because a lot of Herbalife distributors don't have the discipline to work for themselves. Yeah, it's true. I'm just gonna say it like it is. And I've been there myself when I first quit my job. Yeah, I quit. A lot of you guys heard my story. I quit my job and got into Herbalife like full time. But at first, I was so busy just meeting up with everybody. I didn't have a proper schedule. I was like kind of like semi on vacation because I never had this kind of like freedom, this kind of like free time to myself. So all of a sudden, I didn't know what to do. Like I was just lost in my own freedom and flexibility. And I remember my coach Chris always tells me this, people always want freedom, but they actually don't know what to do with their freedom, which is so true, right? Like a lot of us get into the Herbalife business because we all want freedom. But, if we really ask you what does freedom look like to you? And what exactly do you plan or do you want to do with that freedom that you have, right? A lot of people really can't answer that. Okay, so anyway, without digressing too much, right? In order for us to create our freedom, in order for us to create our like financial freedom, the money, success we want to have in this business, we actually firstly need to have structure. We need to have a strict discipline to work it, like to really work it. And then the fruit, like the result, the freedom, financial freedom is what we get rewarded with, right? So without all the discipline and structure, how can we get to freedom, right? Because you'd be like, yeah, I feel free. I do my business whenever I want, right? But there's a guarantee a result if you do your business whenever you feel like it, right? Um, so this is like, what I want to talk about. And this is very important. Like the discipline here is really the key. And I'm talking about discipline here is because most of us that got into Herbalife business, we don't have any previous business running experiences, right? Most of us come from like the employment background where we're employees, we follow a schedule, we work for a boss, we work for a system, and we're just listening to, whatever command we're given, right? Just did our job, got paid. Okay. Now, this is where we actually have to start to think independently. Okay. Of course, there's a system given to us, right? Like, the Herbalife system, the marketing plan, the what to do, and the trainings and all that. It's already handed to us. And this is where we have to like really figure out that, okay, this is an independent business, okay, independent sort of nature. How do we follow this system and make it into something that will work for my lifestyle? And so that I am disciplined and committed enough to follow through, okay? Right? Because no one's there to supervise you. Like whether if you get a customer or not, right? You're not going to get penalized, right? And if you know, I mean, this whole business is about like how much money you want to make really depends on you, right? Like how much time and effort and commitment you put into the business, right? So like it's very easy for people to kind of like relax or kind of like, slack off because it's like, oh, no one's watching, okay? And maybe I don't feel like it today. How about I'll just do everything I can tomorrow, right? Some of you thinking that, well, that's exactly kind of what freedom looks like to me, right? And that's how I want to work this business. Okay, but if you want to do it in that way, I'm going to talk about in the next point. You need to have the next thing first. You need to have the next point I'm going to talk about built. Then you can actually maybe, structure your time and your schedule around it so that it's not so rigid. Okay. But before we do that, just make sure that this is where we're talking about attitude. Okay. Is your attitude kind of like relaxed about building this business, or is your attitude like serious? And you're like, you know what? I'm here to learn and I'm here to really shape up myself as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, right? We all thought we knew what it meant to be entrepreneur, and it sounds so glamorous to be a business person. But the truth is, 98% of us really start with no idea of how to be an entrepreneur and what it takes to be a business person, to think like a business person, right? And to act like a business person. So the first thing you need to have is actually really have a conversation with yourself. If you don't know how to have this conversation, have the conversation with your upline, okay? And talk about, apart from the action plans, right? But also talk about, how committed you are. And, in order to be committed to this business, what does it take for you, right? What kind of sacrifices are you willing to make, right? In order to make it work, right? So this is really kind of like, it's a good chance for you to actually reassess, okay, reflect on, your journey here as a distributor and see, how far you can go or you would like to go. Okay. Is this still the business for you? Okay. And if you do want to improve, like what kind of qualities and traits you need to change, improve, or pick up in order to really be in the mindset and the action of like a business owner. Okay. So you really need to have the discipline to work this business. Okay. If you don't work it, no one's going to force you to work this business. And it's very easy for people to throw in the towel and go, this is not working for me. Okay. Now, the next thing, okay, reason number 3, most Herbalife distributors struggle is because a lot of people don't have a business system. So this is where I was mentioning before in point 2 is that, if you do want to have I don't want to work like, I don't know how many hours each day. I want to be able to have my Monday, Tuesday off, and then maybe work a lot on Wednesday, Thursday, and then maybe half a day Friday. Okay, not a problem, but that is that is only possible or mostly possible if you already have a sound system built. Okay, yeah. What do I mean by system? This is something that I've been emphasizing to my team all the time, whether if they're new or seasoned. A system doesn't have to be like something very swanky, super technological. It can be if you are someone that's into using technology. But a business system is basically a set of actions, okay? A set of actions that you do repeatedly, right? And also they carried out in an order where everything flows, and also you don't have to kind of like scramble and then find things all over the place, right? So I'll give you an example of a business system. It can be totally just pen and paper, like manual, right? You could have a notebook and a pen, and that could be a business system. But in a notebook, you actually have a couple of pages. Each page is different. Like one page has a table which you record down, the conversations that you have with the leads, right? So that table is like leads. Okay, so you record down all the leads, names, the dates, what kind of conversation or what do they tell you about, what do they want to improve, right? So on that page. And the next page in your book is basically when you set up the appointment with them. Okay, you're writing all the appointments, which leads, which conversation lead to like the next appointment. Okay, and then after that, you have another couple pages which you record down that, out of the leads, how many of these leads become your paid customers, right? And also, the goals, what did they buy? Okay. And then also in the page, I'm just giving you an example very quickly. Okay. This could be useful for some of you if you're not doing this already. And another page could be just recording down purely the transaction type, the transaction aspect of things. Like, okay, so A bought healthy breakfast set. Okay, retail how much, and what is my distributor profit here? What's the cost, right? And at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you also write on the page of your total, profit. Okay, and also what is your total sales this month, right? So you can see in the book, it flows, right? It's not random. I'm just gonna put out a random page and write down this person's name, and another random page and write down, oh, what did we talk about? And I don't recall my sales. I don't recall what that person bought. Okay. In that sense, then your business is scattered. You have no clue of, how much you made this month. You have no clue of, how many leads you've got and what is your conversion rate. Conversion rate, I'm referring to like how many leads that you talk to, and out of that number of leads, how many of them converted to customer, right? So if you talk to 10 people and one person converted to customer, then your conversion rate is 10%, right? So you need to really know these things. And in order to know them, you need to have a system that tracks everything and keeps you kind of like, it keeps you in that flow, right? So if you don't have this book, can you imagine you'd be thinking, oh, okay, I'm just going to talk to this person, that person on my phone DM. But if you need to know and gauge your business progress, you have no idea how many people you talk to each day. You're like, oh, maybe 5 today, and tomorrow, I don't know, maybe 2. Okay, you're not going anywhere if that's the way you treat your business. If you are very systematic, whether it's spreadsheet or whatever app that you use, doesn't matter. Okay, the system is there for you to stay on track so that your numbers, your flow of operation. That's what I should have said. The system keeps you very clear of the flow of your business, right? Like, firstly, what do you do? Okay, second and third, and the next step, the next step, the next step, right? So you can imagine like a flow chart, right? A flow chart, step 1, step 2, step 3, this is what a system looks like, right? So if you have already designed a system, if you don't know how to design a system, I urge you to reach out to your upline, your sponsor, to help you design the system. Because in Herbalife, in a lot of teams, we do share different methods and different types of system, right? And everyone's different. Maybe you are experienced, in management type of work, so you know how to create your own system, which is fine, right? And then if you know yourself really well, you're creative, you like something more visual, then create something visual for you. right? And I actually used to work as a project manager. So I am very kind of like, anal when it comes to kind of organizing things, right? But I'm not always like the most organized person either, but it's just that it's very important for me to know where I organize everything. Okay. So now, I hope everybody gets something out of this, okay? And I hope I explained it okay. And of course, another way to look at system is you can use spreadsheet, right? And on the spreadsheet, you need to know, okay, so what are the different types of spreadsheets I'm using? Step one, step two, like step one, you're always talking to people, right? And then step two is, okay, you're hoping some of these people will want to work with you. And what do you do to get them to work with you? Like, how do you grab their contacts? Do you want to make appointments with them, right? Or is there some other methods, to get in touch with them? And how do you present? How do you do your presentation, right? Do you do presentation, right? And some of you work very closely with people in person, right? So how do you make that presentation? Do you see them in nutrition club? Do you see them in fit club? And in what sort of setting you have that conversation, right? And even after you've done the sale, you still need to have a part of your system should still, basically remind you to follow up on your customers, right? You're not going to be like, all right, done, that's it, next. No, you have to actually learn to take care of your customer, to help your customers get a result so that they become, your repeated customers and members, right? So you retain this customer and get referrals from them, right? And then that becomes like a sustainable growth for the business, right? Rather than like, okay, rinse, repeat, next. Okay. I mean, yes, we are always looking for new customers too and distributors to recruit, but also at the same time, it is very important to take good care of the existing ones. Okay. So I hope this one makes sense to a lot of you guys. And of course, leave me a comment, if you are not sure, leave me a message here. Okay. Reason number four, a lot of distributors struggle is because there's a lack of support, lack of training, lack of skills, and lack of implementation. Now you're like, oh my God, are you saying that we need to go to all the trainings and pick up all the skills and everything? I'm basically putting everything into one reason here. So firstly, let's talk about the first half of it, right? I do understand a lot of you as distributors, you don't really hear from your upline, or maybe you signed up under some random person and you really don't know where to go for the resources and the learning. Okay, so that could happen. I believe that that's been happening. So it's very hard for you to get that support, get the proper training and the systemized training to learn about the business and to kind of like take actions, right? So it's not your fault, but also at the same time, the internet is so vast, right? And if you're one of those people and you land on my channel watching my video, that means you are actively doing your research. You are actively trying to find ways to help yourself, despite the fact that you don't have any support from your upline, right? And I often said this, I actually used to blame the fact that, if your upline's not taking care of you, and if you fail in this business, it's all their fault, right? But then after many years, I realized that, you know what, we can't really blame our uplines for our success, right? Whether if they're there or not, it's actually not their fault, okay? If they're there to support us, great, like I will be very appreciative. It's a great bonus. But if they're not there, it doesn't mean that I can't do this business. I can still find ways. I can still learn, right? I can network. I can, like be creative and be resourceful, right? Because if you think about other types of businesses, right? Like traditional business, if you open a pizza shop, if you do, I don't know, e-commerce, if you sell something in the market, right? You don't always have a business mentor to begin with, right? And a lot of people they just have to kind of like start from scratch and figure their way out, figure their way along the way, right? So it's very similar here too. Like if you don't have a mentor, don't have an upline, right? So it may take a bit longer, but if you are serious, if you do have the discipline to build this business and you be creative and resourceful, finding ways to help you learn, you will get there too. Okay. And speaking of that, I do offer my service, my coaching service to people that are distributors from other organizations. Like if you feel like you do need someone that's experienced to, teach you, help you with the Herbalife business, I have my one-to-one coaching service available for you. You can take a look at the details in the link in the link below. And while you're watching this video, I'm going to go into my mat leave anytime now because I am ready to give birth any day now. So I may not be available for the next month or two, but you can take a look at my calendar for October. I'll be available again in October. And of course, you can reach out to me and write to me on my emails and Instagram, and we can work out something. Okay, so that's something I want to talk about, right? And also for some people, they come into the business, they never really look for trainings. They never want to upgrade themselves, pick up skills, pick up, say, business, marketing, people skills. Then, their business will not grow because this is a people business. Okay, it is a business at the end of the day, and you do need to pick up some foundational, like, marketing, business skills, and people skills, right? In order for you to really really get to the next level, to be a different person. Just like I said in the beginning, the first point being step out of your comfort zone, learn something new and, upgrade yourself, right? And take up a challenge too. So this is also important, right? Like even if you don't have upline or you do have your upline, you do need to make sure that, you give yourself the time every week or regularly, attend the training, pick up new skills, so that can actually really help you grow as a person, right? Holistically, and grow as a distributor or as a business person. So this is super, super important. Okay. Now the last part, the second part, implementation, the lack of implementation. Okay. This is something that's very common in a lot of distributors. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a lot of distributors are just busy attending trainings, right? Because the trainings are like safe. It's just no-brainer. You click on the button or you show up and you listen, you take notes. But then a lot of them don't go and implement what they learn, right? They will just keep keep on attending meetings after meetings and after meetings. And, every time when you go to a meeting, you pick up a lot of golden nuggets, a lot of aha moments and things like that. It makes you very pumped. But a lot of times I don't see them putting them into action. I always tell my team, whatever meeting you go to, extravaganza, conventions, leadership training, make sure you write down, what are you going to implement? What did you learn? Okay. And what are you going to implement in the next 72 hours? Okay. 3 days. Okay. You have to implement these things in the next 3 days, because if you don't do that, it's just going to be shelf development. You're going to put it on your shelf. You're going to fold up your book and go, that was done. That was fun. What's next? You put it on your shelf, right? It's useless. So I want you guys to think about every training you attend and every tutorial seminar that you attend, right? That you have to actually put this into action. And don't attend another meeting, don't watch another tutorial until you have put all these things into action. Like the previous training you've attended, put them all into your action to basically further upgrade your business, and then just have it help your business first before you move on to the next training. Okay, and that is my advice. Don't book any more trainings if you have already consumed so much. It's really time for you to implement. Okay, so this is my real advice here. And the fifth reason. Okay, the fifth reason, this one's very important, and I'm so glad that you've been staying on with me until this final moment here. And don't go anywhere, I have bonuses as well. Okay, the fifth reason why a lot of distributors struggle is because a lot of distributors don't really have a niche or a special focus. Okay, so that they end up drowned in the competition. Okay, drowning in the competition, I actually don't like to say the word competition when it comes to network marketing industry or Herbalife. But the thing is, you think about it, right? We're all distributors, we all have the same products, we're all selling the same things essentially, right? And you'll be thinking, yeah, man, who's gonna buy from me if there's millions of you guys out there already, right? We're all selling the same thing. So who do they want to buy? But the thing is, that's not true. Okay, the moment you stop seeing it as competition and start to actually create a special, unique voice or a branding for yourself, that is when you will start to stand out. Okay, so how do you stand out when there's millions of Herbalife distributors out there, right? And you'll be thinking, okay, who do they want to buy from? Okay, it's really about what makes the big difference is you. You are unique, right? You have different set of interests and background and stories. So you have to actually let your unique story, your unique self shine. Okay. And so I've spoken about this in some of my previous videos before. You can go check it out from the link above, how to have the niche and how to have the special focus. So I'll give you a quick example. So to have a special niche, right? I know everybody trying to sell like Herbalife weight loss programs or 24 Herbalife 24 programs and things like that. And the thing is, we all know the same facts about these products, right? So it doesn't really make any of us different. Okay, it's just like who knows more about the products, who doesn't. But the moment you start to actually narrow down into a particular focus, say for example, I'm here instead of like, oh, I'm just another Herbalife distributor. I have all the products. What do you want? But you put your focus on, I'm here to help a particular audience, a particular age group. Let's say I'm here to help, women 40 years above struggling with menopause, okay, and they want to feel great in their body and they want to, shed some weight while they're going through menopause, right? So you make your niche, your statement very clear. I'm here not to help everybody that's out there, okay, different age group and that, but I'm here specialized. I mean, this is just an example. You don't have to be like that, but you can think about your own experience, your own product results, and what are you passionate about, right? You could be passionate about soccer, for example, like you really love playing soccer and you found that some of their Herbalife 24 products so good for helping you pre-game, post-game, muscle recoveries, body recoveries and stuff, right? Then you can actually speak to, people that love playing soccer or people that love playing sports, okay? Because, yourself, you're a soccer player, right? So you can actually make your niche into that particular field, like more sports oriented, more like, workout nutrition oriented. So that way you can stand out more and you'll be attracting the right customers to you rather than just trying to attract everybody. Okay, if you're trying to appeal to everyone, then you're appealing to nobody. Okay, and like, in my case, I'm, basically niching down to helping women who struggle with body confidence, right? Like, I mean, I'm not like that specific, but I'm talking about like women, weight loss, and body confidence. And I know a lot about what women struggle with their body. And also, like women that are pregnant and moms, so that I can actually attract, I know a lot of you guys are probably here also because I talk a lot about like women's body issues, right? So this is an example, make sure that you can think about what is your special focus. So you're not just a distributor, okay, that has the product catalog just like everyone else. And then, when people ask you about products, you give them the facts. But because now you have this special niche, you can actually really cater for those that really need your help. Okay. And so this is one of the keys to stand out. Okay. And then you will find a lot more fun to do this business too. Okay. Here comes a bonus. I know you've been staying here with me for so long. Thank you so much. And I want to reward you guys with a few more bonus reasons. And these bonus reasons are very important because some of them may resonate with you actually. Some of you may be actually feeling this way. And I just hope that, this discussion here today could really, help you guys, pick up your motivation again and help you guys really reflect and assess, where you are standing and, like where you are in the business right now and where can you go from today, right? So a lot of times, a lot of Herbalife distributors have unrealistic expectations of the business. They think that this is like a get rich quick scheme. They may think that, it's so easy to get customers just like that. I mean, in some cases, if you do it right, yeah, and also you may be looking at what other Herbalife distributors do and think that it's so easy. Okay. So I want everyone to really kind of like set a realistic expectation that it is still a business that you have to do the work, right? It's not like pressing a button and the leads will just come in. Okay. You still have to do the work. And of course, there's a lot of smart ways to generate attraction, generate leads, right? But you still have to talk to the leads. You still gotta work the leads in order for them to turn into customers. There's really no such a magic thing as like everything that's just automated, and people will just come and buy from me and money will just flow in. No, if anything is really like that, it's really a scam. Okay. In Herbalife, it doesn't work like that. So have a realistic expectation of what a business is about. And if you still don't quite understand what like MLM industry or network marketing business model is really like, even up until now or after you joined, I urge you to actually do, like do talk to your upline and watch the right videos. I have made some videos explaining about it so that you have a clear understanding of how the business works. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, bonus reason number two is a lot of people can't deal with delayed gratification. Okay, like it's similar to the first one, they want to see results right away. They want to see money right away. But a lot of times, like I found that it's very interesting. It's not just in Herbalife business, but in a lot of businesses that the gratification could come like later after months and even in my case, years of relationship building. Now you're like, it's not worth it. Why am I spending so much time building so much relationships? But that's the thing, right? You have to keep this going, and you never know what this person could bring you. Like you never know who are the people behind this person, who might be this person's referral that will really need your product and services, right? So maybe you're talking to A today, and A doesn't need your product and services. But then, you become genuine friends with A. And then like a month later, A is like, my auntie needs this and my uncle might need this or my friend might need this. And then maybe half a year later, A saw that his friends got all these results with you, and you guys have built up such a solid relationship, and A started to turn to you and go, you know what, I want to try your product. This has happened to me so many times. Like, yeah, like people that just flat out rejected me the first time. A lot of times they turn around after like a month or two, or they just love my boot camp. They keep coming to my boot camp or watch me online, and then they build that trust in me. They're like, you know what? I want to try it now. Okay. So this is where, we have to be a bit patient and, just focus on really building that genuine relationships, and the gratification will come. Okay. So lastly, unfortunately, I notice a lot of people don't take this business seriously. Okay. And like in my case, I don't really judge or do anything because, at the end of the day, I mean, I will like in an interview progress, right? Because I know a lot of you guys reach out to me and say you want to join my team, but I will always do like a quick interview process to see if you're serious or not, or if you will be a good fit for my team or not. I don't take on everybody. And I found that some people, they want to do the business, maybe they see the benefits somewhere and they get very motivated by watching the video. But then when it comes to, actually the time to do the business or they become a distributor, they are not doing anything about it. They just like, whatever, and it's just a waste of time, right? So, I mean, I have to make it very clear that, there are a lot of people, maybe they're just very comfortable with their life and then they take it up as a, hobby, but they really don't have any serious plan of what they want to do, how they want to, like commit to the business. So they don't take it seriously. So if you're someone that is in a situation where you are not taking it seriously, maybe you didn't invest too much in it or time or whatever, this is for you to think about, like, why did you say yes to the business in the first place? And why is it that you're not spending time, in this business? Why you're not taking it seriously? And is it worth your time, right? Like, my honest opinion is that, if you don't think that it's for you, then it's not for you. But you may have to kind of like think about it a bit more carefully before you sign up, right? But of course, it happens to people after signing up as well that, they just think that, oh, it's not for me. Okay. And it's very funny. Okay, I'll talk about it next time before this video gets too long. So yeah, so these are some of the the common reasons why a lot of Herbalife distributors struggle in the business. And I'm very happy that I get to have this discussion with you guys here today. And let me know in a comment below, or if you have any questions. What is your experience if you are a distributor? Like, are you struggling with anything right now? And how has your journey been so far? And of course, as always, I'm here to spread positive vibes, to spread love and support to everyone. And I know that, Herbalife is also, one of the big companies a lot of people hate on, and a lot of people will come to my channel to shit on it, which is fine. I still have to thank you guys for actually making your time to come here to leave a message. It takes time, right? It takes effort to actually even leave a negative message and things like that. But whatever it is, I'm very glad that I call your attention. Okay. And for those of you guys that are serious about building this business, I hope today's video has already brought you a lot of values. And if you think that there are other Herbalife distributors or friends that need to see this video, feel free to share with them, and of course give a thumbs up too. And lastly, yes, if you guys want to know how to work with me, you can find out all the details in the description below. And now we have membership, like YouTube membership, you can join as well, right? So you can click on the link in the description as well to find out how you can join me as a YouTube member, especially those of you that are from other organizations and you want to learn from me. This is actually one of the best ways for you to actually learn from me by becoming our tier 2 member, authentically unique, so that you can get extra trainings and Telegram chat groups and live stream and all these extra perks, early release and extra members only videos as well. Okay, so I do hope to see a lot of you guys there as well. Okay, so once again, thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.